Hola a todos mis amigos. Hello to all my friends. This is Tex on the Texas Texicano channel. Welcome. Welcome. Hope you're having a good time, and thank you for taking the time to listen to Tex. So I'm always so happy to be able to have you come by. So today's review, let's talk about a pretty awesome whodunit movie. And the guy who produced, directed it, and was the main actor in it. Oh man, this gentleman, I really have enjoyed his work throughout the last 3 decades. He's been amazing. A well-known and well-respected director, actor of so many cool movies since the late 1980s, along with his co-stars, the Lone Ranger, and head Amazonian who fell in love with the new Captain Kirk. Amazing, amazing. Along with some pretty cool actors that I guess, take you back. It's a movie based on the Nile in the 1930s, Egypt, and the river and the desert around it. I had not seen such beautiful display of work. There's also a real cool guy on the film also, played Arthur a while back. You remember Arthur, that rich and spoiled guy? Well, the guy who came on this movie, totally different. Amazing actor. He played the part of the doctor. He looks so different. He just played a good role. I enjoyed it, and you'll enjoy it too. And the rest of the cast, along with some very pretty African-American actresses who played captivating roles as musicians during the mid-1930s, just banging out some folksy jazz tunes throughout the entire film. And you will hear some beautiful music throughout this production as you're getting intrigued by what's building. The settings were just like really beautiful for the time period, a classical time period of the 1930s. The backstory to our main detective was pretty intense also. Yeah, you will enjoy finding out how our main character became who he is. Yeah, the world's greatest detective. But he has a storyline. And the movie starts off with that storyline, and it's beautiful. I think they did a real good job with every angle and the reality of, once again, war. I discussed this in one of my previous movie reviews. The premise is that a pretty large wedding celebration party is headed towards the River Nile in the 1930s. And this party is on a particular steamboat that turns out to be a murder mystery journey. But the world's greatest detective is forced to reach down deep into his powers of deduction to try to figure out who the guilty person is, or guilty persons. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it everybody? That's the cool part about this film. The viewer will be enthused by shady members of this particular Nile River journey because they all have a suspicion to them. Yeah. They all look guilty. They all have reasons to dislike our main character. And the main character that might end up getting hurt. There are former lovers for both the groom and the bride. There's the childhood friend, the distant cousin, the domineering godmother, the dedicated caretaker, the singer that holds a grudge, the neighbor. They grew up since they were kids. Wow. So many. So many characters to suspect as potential murderers, and why would they do this? The story flows well from the beginning to the end. The viewers will love the imagery put together by, of course, CG to illuminate early Egypt in the 1930s. And the beauty of the river, the pyramids, the oasis-like environment, and just the simplicity of life back then in a beautiful, beautiful area like Egypt and the River Nile. The costumes are beautiful and debonair. Yeah, you're gonna like the way they dress these characters up. The music is timely and well portrayed. Everything comes together well, especially for the luxury steamboat. Yeah, you're gonna like that luxury steamboat. That's pretty cool. Upon which the entire story, or at least 80% of the story, takes place. I enjoyed every bit of the intensity, or the way everything builds up, and the way our characters develop, the way you start learning about each one of them. Every scenario is well lit, well lighted. And the using of the glass windows and beautiful reflectiveness and the clarity of the Nile River. Beautiful at the same time. Because some of the shots do take you underwater, yeah. And you're gonna enjoy that aspect too. So there's a real cool setup of the storyline. If you are a fan of this particular actor, director, you will once again enjoy his reprisal in this role again. Yeah, he did it before. And you know what? This time's even better. We get a little bit more of his backstory. And I really enjoyed finding out how this detective came to be. The best detective in the world. He goes about carefully gathering information and piecing everything together so elegantly and so methodically. I mean, if you are a fan of these whodunits, you're gonna like this whodunit. I really enjoyed Death on the Nile, and you will too. I enjoyed the storyline, the different array of characters, the progress of the story, and the way the scenes, once again, the way the scenes were lit or lighted. They were just like beautiful. It really helped the cinematography of the film. It was so well lit. It was so beautiful. You can tell that the director has experience, and it wasn't difficult with the steamboat with hundreds of windows on it. Beautiful. I strongly recommend you view this film if you're a fan of the whodunit, or even if you like time period pieces. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You'll enjoy seeing these beautiful CG characterizations of the pyramids from long ago. For now, this is all I can say about it. Enjoy it with someone near and dear to you. And go get lost in a pretty well done film. I strongly recommend and watch the #1 film out there, Death on the Nile. You won't be disappointed. That's all for now. This has been Texas Texarkana channel. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, my channel, the channel, and you'll get some pretty good insight into some of these amazing movies that I've been checking out and recommending them to you. Hopefully you like them, you're a fan of them. If not, once again, you can shoot me an email, let me know. This is Tex, signing off. Until the next one. Adios, amigo. Vaya con Dios.